But where is the rebuttal of Honorable Chericoco? Chericoco, when he travels, I'm sure he has a videographer. He has somebody who can record videos for him. He would have been proud to show us how he attacks the SLPP, defending the violations, the human rights abuses that have been going on in Sierra Leone for over the past 4 years. Chericoco, as the leader of the opposition, if as honest as he should be, right? If he was honest as a true leader of the opposition, seeing how they kill people at Makeni, Parema Represi massacre, Tonkolimba, Losar, even to the August 10th protest, where they killed innocent citizens because some idiot was calling people to go and burn police stations, all that stuff. All of that stuff. If Chericoco was really sincere to fight for the people, when till this day, Evangelist Samson was assassinated, Chericoco only wrote a press release. That was it. He has never mentioned anything else about that poor guy, right? But these are the things we're saying. So we saw the ECOWAS Parliament, they are fighting for us. After years of advocacy, now they are fighting for us. We saw, police going into the walls of parliaments they have nothing to do with the walls of parliament. Parliamentarians should not be fighting in parliament. All they should do is follow legal procedures or, procedures within parliament. Follow the judiciary, go through the judiciary to make sure they enact some of these, stand against these bad laws that this government wants to pass. Use Section 86.2. Chericoco has the power to use Section 86.2 of the Constitution to summon and ask the Speaker, and the Speaker shall, if he uses Section 86.2 of the Constitution, which gives him all of these powers. And I will show you that later on. But let me play this video of ECOWAS Parliament. Watch this.
Sierra Leone report is beautiful. But we also hear, stated here, that there's a major dispute.
When this honorable member from Nigeria said the Sierra Leone report is beautiful, I asked myself, Sierra Leone report is beautiful, but thank God he backed it up to say, but I asked myself, and listen to him. Everybody listen attentively, listen.
Sierra Leone report is beautiful. But we also hear, stated here, that there's a major dispute as to representation and how the election will be done. It's obvious. If you speak with one Sierra Leone delegate or two, they will tell you that the political situation they are going towards the election is unstable.
Thank you. So who are those one or two that he spoke to? Is it possible that it's Honorable Chericoco? Is it possible that it's some other members in Chericoco's delegation? What is happening? We want to hear this from these leaders' mouth. We're not going to make no assumptions, Naya. No assumptions. We're not making no assumptions. Who are the people that he spoke to? But we would only know this when we hear what Honorable Chernor Bah said in that parliament. That is how we would know that this is the man who spoke up against the violations and the fact that going into the elections in 2023, the decisions that these guys have been trying to take it's going to create instability for our country. The only way we go find out, say Chericoco, now in talk so, now in behind closed doors, he talked to this guy for say, going into the election, things are unstable. We want to hear what he said publicly, not behind closed doors. Anybody can say anything behind closed doors to this man. Hey, with Fredo, what's happening at the country, it's very unstable at this particular point in time. We don't know, and this and that and all that nonsense. Politicians should not be speaking behind the scene. They should be front and center if they're not compromised, if they are honest with their citizens, if they care about their country, if they are patriotic to their country, if they love their country, they want to protect future disasters, future instability. You speak up now to stop what happened in 1991 when we had a brutal rebel war because people were not speaking up about these things. That is what myself and others on social media, we're going to change. That is why we speak up. People's power, right? We speak up about these things. The Lioness, all of these people on social media that are positive. Our brother African Express, right? And are positive, this is why we speak up to stop future disasters from happening. Let's continue with this video.
There's no need for we to hide anything from each other here. If we in Nigeria discover that
there is no need to hide anything from each other. Why should they be hiding anything from each other, guys? Very crucial. That means something is not right. So even the opposition that might be speaking to him, they're hiding these facts because the report is said from Sierra Leone is beautiful. But there are things that they know because the international community, our advocacy, like these lives that I'm doing, these guys are watching these lives. They are seeing these things. They saw the CNN interview after the, everything that has been happening. They saw other African, TVs, YouTube channels, all of these platforms. They share these things. So these guys, of course, we live in a technological world these days. Everything is in the open. Nothing is hidden. So they know because it looks like the reports that they took to ECOWAS was very beautiful. But they said, we're not going to sit back and say, This report looks beautiful, but what is happening here? That is why he said, if you speak to some of, and I'm sure he's saying, I have not spoken to any of these opposition people, but if you speak to them, they might tell you something is not right. But Chericoco, before they leave for the ECOWAS Parliament, he knows everything that is in the reports that they're going to submit. You see, this is the problem. Where is that report? That is the other question we should ask. Honorable Chericoco, as a serious opposition leader, should have shared the report with us before even taking it to ECOWAS Parliament, because they prepared the report already in Sierra Leone before leaving for ECOWAS. This is a sacrosanct fact. He should share that with us. Where is that report? I want to see the report. Do you want to see the report? Everybody, let us find that report. I'm sure it's some government website somewhere. We can find that report. Let's see what is in that report. Let's see what is in that report. But let's continue. Listen to these guys. I'm going to interrupt you.
Free or fair election. Of course, if we in Nigeria discover that there will be no free or fair election, of course, we say it out. Because if we say it out, and ECOWAS intervenes, it's helping us. But if we know that there's something that could create problem in the country, and then we come here and sit there and say there's nothing, and something happens, we have lost two countries. So,
a situation where police are entering parliament to make sure that there is a decorum in parliament means that that country political situation is not stable.
After the August 10 incident, I think that statement need to be and maybe restated, because we know just a few weeks ago there was a situation at the parliament where parliament member had to fight, and like my colleague said, security personnel had to come in. I'm sure we don't want to consider that kind of situation as saying that security situation is stable.
I think there's a grave situation, and this parliament must send a fact-finding mission to Sierra Leone to investigate this major violation. It's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's the third time. The second issue in Sierra Leone is that less than a year to election, Sierra Leone is still trying to change the electoral law. They're still trying to change the election law to work in the favor of the ruling establishment.
Guys, I'm going to, this live tomorrow, I'm going to continue with this live tomorrow. You know, the way this is going, I need some time, but I don't have time right now, but I need some time to clean this up. So maybe by tomorrow, I would have seen the video of Chericoco, because I am waiting to see and hear what Honorable Chernor Bah of the APC said at this parliamentary session. That is a video we are all waiting for. I'm waiting to hear that video. I want to hear what he said. I can't wait. I know he said something. I know he fought for Sierra Leone. I know he stood up for the people that have lost their lives innocently. I know Honorable Chericoco has, gone after the SLPP at this parliament because he had the opportunity to do it. Listen to City Tunis. I want you guys to listen to this. Listen to City Tunis.
What happened? When they realized that, in fact, the police officers that were escorted there from one street to the other were not armed, they were all attacked and killed. In broad daylight, 6 police officers were killed. Where has that ever happened in this region? 6 police officers who were there to protect the demonstrators because government felt these were peaceful demonstrators. It was only after the killing of those police officers, the security officers and other people began to see demonstrators with guns and machetes. And we call that peaceful.
So guys, that is why I'm saying I'm waiting for Honorable Chericoco's video. Whatever he said at this session, we are waiting for that video, Honorable Chericoco. Supporters of Honorable Chernor Bah, I am waiting for that video. Sierra Leoneans are waiting. We want to see what he said against City Tunis and what he said to concur with the other members of parliament from Nigeria, Liberia, and Gambia. We are waiting to see what Honorable Chernor Bah of the APC, the opposition in Sierra Leone, said at this session. You guys have listened to what Honorable Tunis said, right? So I'm waiting for Honorable Chericoco's